This is what we are going to do today and turn an image like this into something like this. Hi guys, welcome back to Dexplorion. I am Didi and here on this channel we design in Photoshop and share the process with you, and along with that we explore various tools, techniques and tips and tricks which can improve your workflow and level up your graphic design game. Today we're gonna be creating an effect called the ink reveal effect, and you can definitely figure out why it is called so. The design seems to be intricate and complicated, but it's not. The process is very simple. The whole game is about using some custom brushes with few filters and effects. That's all. And having said that, let's get into the process and start creating. We'll be setting the canvas of our desired size and bring in the image and drop it onto the canvas. And if you also like this image and want to use it in any of your project, you can get it on pexels.com, or you can go to the description and click on the download link. The image here is already a smart object. If it's not in your case, then I would recommend you to convert it into a smart object so that we can work non-destructively and go back to any stage at any point of time. Before proceeding, we'll make a duplicate of this image by pressing Ctrl or Command J and turn off the visibility of the duplicate image layer for the time being and work with the original image layer. Let's rename this layer as subject and then add a layer mask to it. And now we have to fill this layer mask with black so that everything gets hidden, and for doing that, since black is our background color here, we will press Ctrl or Command backspace and you can notice our layer mask is all black now and the image is hidden behind the mask. Now we will be revealing the image in a selective way so that some parts of the image is visible. And how do we do that? First, we have to activate the brush tool here. Right click anywhere on the canvas to open the brush menu, and since we want to create an ink splash like effect, we'll be using a custom brush. I've downloaded this from the website brusheasy.com and it's called the Ink Splatter Photoshop brush. There are 15 high resolution brushes. You can explode them one by one. I'll be using this one. Hit enter to confirm. Make the brush smaller by pressing the left square bracket key. You can rotate the brush with the help of the right or left arrow keys. Make sure the foreground color is white, and when you are sure of everything, just click. Don't you think the ink is a bit lighter? And we want more dense ink splash. So I will undo the last step and again click on the same spot multiple times to make the ink denser. We're gonna repeat this process and keep rotating the brush head to reveal our subject. I'll change the brush head to give it a little variety in the splash. I'm going to stop here. This looks cool, isn't it? But we are not done yet and we're gonna take it further. But before that, I would like to request you to hit that like button. Of course, if you have liked the video, it will help the channel to grow, and if you are interested in creating more such amazing effects, then subscribe the channel. And to make sure you do not miss out on any of the future videos, do not forget to press the bell icon. And now we turn back on the visibility of the duplicate image layer and also add a layer mask to it. Take the brush tool again and this time select the soft round brush, and with the black as our foreground color, we're gonna mask out the whole image except the gloves and her face. To work in a better way, you can turn off the visibility of the subject layer. After we are done, we will select both this subject and image layer and link them together so that they can be moved or resized together. We need to work on the mask a little more. Then we'll double click here on the blank space of the image layer to open the layer style dialog box and click here to add a drop shadow. This will add some depth to our subject. You can play with these sliders here to adjust the shadow as you want. I'm sure you are thinking about those extra shadows. Don't worry, we'll take care of them. These shadows are there because the mask is not done properly. So we'll again select the layer mask of the image layer, take the brush tool again and mask them out like this. Okay, this is done. Let's add a solid color adjustment layer, make it white and place it at the bottom, and it will serve as our background. Let's do some resizing. Do you see these lines here at the top and bottom? These are the remains of the mask of the image layer, and we can easily remove them with the brush tool. By now you know what to do. I'll also refine these edges a little. Now we'll select these two layers again and press Ctrl or Command G to group them together and rename the group as Subject Composite. Next, I'm going to turn this black and white, and to do that we're gonna click here and add a gradient map on top of it, and click here to open the gradient editor and choose a black and white gradient from the basic folder. And now adjust the sliders to add some contrast and drama to the subject composite. The gradient map is an amazing tool, and if you want to master it, then I have this video where I have discussed it in details. You can watch it by clicking on the I button above, or you can go to the description and find the video link. I'm done here, and we're gonna clip this gradient map to our subject group by holding the Alt or Option key and clicking in between the layers like this. To enhance it even further and add some more contrast, we can also add a levels adjustment layer over it, adjust the sliders and clip it as well. Now we'll be adding some random brush strokes of different color, and for that we'll add a new blank layer at the top. Again, take the brush tool and this time select another custom brush from the same website, and it's called the painter brush. It's a set of 20 brushes, and I'm going to select this one. Change the color of the brush to a shade of orange. You can choose any other color you like. Adjust the brush size and click to add some random strokes. Rotate it 90 degrees and add some more strokes. The stroke seems little too much to me, so I'll remove some of them, and to do that I'll add a layer mask to this layer, and with the same brush I will mask out some of the parts like this. Let's rename the layer as Orange Strokes and move on to our final step, where we'll be adding some text effects. But before that I have to take care of something else. The background seems totally flat and I am not liking that. I want to add some textures on that, and for that I have already downloaded a texture image from texturelabs.org, and I'm going to bring that onto the canvas and place just above the white background layer. Rotate it 90 degrees and resize it to fit the canvas. The texture image seems a little dull, and we're gonna make it brighter by adding a levels adjustment layer on top of that and adjust the sliders to make the highlights brighter. I want the crack marks to be a little more subtle, and we can achieve that by adjusting the opacity of the texture layer. I'll keep it to around 80, and now it's looking good. What do you say? Now we'll be adding the text, and for that we activate the text tool and click anywhere on the canvas to add the text and type in what we want. For this I'll be using the font Helvetica, make it bold and resize and position it. I'll increase the spacing a little. We then create a duplicate of this text layer, select both of them and link them together. Place the original text layer just below the subject composite or above the texture layer. Now we again go to the copied text layer at the top and open the layer style and click here to add strokes. Bring down the fill opacity to 0 and you can already see the text effect. We're gonna take the same color as the text. And now the fun part, we can move and position it in whatever way we want. I'll place it here, and I'll be adding some more text here at the bottom. I'm using a font called 6 caps for this. And with this, our poster is ready. Did you like it? Hopefully you did and will be inspired enough to use it in your next project. and I'm sure you will do great. I'll be back soon with a new poster and a new effect, but in the meantime, if you are interested in playing with the pixels in the image, then this is the video you can watch.
गोरी का घूंघट छुपा ना पाए, रंगों की बारिश में सब